Oh my gosh. Well, Kuso6rande, we are in our 6th year. Sign-ups for the 7th will probably be starting next week, and I imagine we will begin in April or possibly early May, depending on how things go. We will be starting a little bit late because this tournament, guess what, has gone a little bit longer than I expected. That's okay. We're here just to sort of roll with people's schedules and be able to, have matches as people are able to be around. So I'm never worried about going through quickly. We just want to have fun with everybody. So if you're considering joining, April sounds very optimistic. Okay, Cadis, I'm just trying to be optimistic, but honestly, May is probably going to be the start. So keep in mind, signups should start around next weekend, and yeah, that's about it. You know what? Blah, 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 blah. We've got another Do My Eyes Deceive Me. Everybody, we've had a lot of eye-scarring video games, but what doesn't scar are the games during this round, because while they are probably pretty bad in ways, they are still pleasing to look at, unless Liz Star is playing, I guess. Because Liz Star is like, I don't like the way this game looks. Let's go ahead and bring in Liz, you're so angry. Mifa, thank you for the raid. Please welcome on in our GM for the second game today, Zavane. Come and join us. I want to talk with you. I think you're giving out the game. It's been so long, Zavane. Hello.
Hey, bro.
Hey, it's good to have you. How have you been?
Yeah, I've been good. It's been quite a while since last.
Yeah, but again, we have a lot of GMs because I do know that schedules change all throughout the year, and there are going to be times where people are extremely busy. I'm glad that you were able to find a little pocket of time to join us for this. And what a game you're choosing!
Oh yeah, it's certainly a game, and fairly good on the eyes, I would say. Although the ears maybe not so much. We'll see about that as we get into it.
Okay, what game do we have?
The game we have, our next game, is Tom and Jerry for the DOS.
For DOS. Oh, look at that sprite art. That is adorable, okay? Good job, artists, for making a good screen there. However, I know nothing about the DOS version. I've played a lot of different Tom and Jerry games, never this one.
Yeah, and if you played a lot of them, then I suspect you might have played the NES version, of which this one is based, and it shares a lot of similarities.
Okay, I may have played that one, and if so, you're right about the music. It's not going to be good. Just saying, you know?
Yeah, I'll say this. You might want to have a playlist on the ready.
Well, there's no music in this version?
There is no music, no.
Well, whatever.
Actually, yeah, that's we'll get into that as we start, because there are some, as I say, similarities to the NES version and some differences that are quite interesting in when you look at them both, considering that the DOS version came 2 years later, I think.
Really? I have to ask, is this one of the versions of the game that has a theater level or a cinema level that you go through the cinema? Because there are a lot of Tom and Jerry games out there, so I'm just trying to remember which. I am also
trying to remember if this one has a cinema level, but I don't think so. No.
This is already very ugly in some ways. Some of the art is good, but some of it makes me not like it. Okay. Well, I think that's probably good enough to reveal the game. Just to confirm, is Tetsuya doing audio? Have I messed up?
Yes, you're correct. You've done well. Although someone can also do backup, so we're fine.
Well, way. Perfect. Yay. I haven't messed up today. Well, there's no audio.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, there's no audio to hear right now, and the audio we will hear in a moment. Yeah, we'll see.
I'm always a little bit concerned, but I think we're ready for this match.
I think so, as long as the players are.
I'm just asking Tetsuya if he can play a little audio for us. I would like to see if we can hear.
Oh yeah, that is fair. That is fair. He'd have to sort in. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, this is gonna be a joy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it looks good. The sound, not so much. Although Korndan tried to help out with the sound, as DOS is still a very strange land for me, but even he couldn't find
DOS land.
Yeah.
I want to go to DOS land. Okay, hey, both of the players are good to go. So everybody, I need you to get your best cat and mouse emotes and spam those. And please spam whatever else you are able to, because we are going to be doing the countdown. What else appears in here? Balls? They're balls.
Yeah, marbles, robots of some sort, bugs. There's a lot of bugs.
Marbles, bugs, cat, and mice. Yeah.
All the good stuff.
As soon as I see movement, I will start our timer. Best of luck. And we've got a prediction as well if you want to bet between Tetsuya and someone 3255. Here we go. Okay. Oh no, there goes Tom. Tetsuya. There we go. That's okay. So that was about 15 seconds late. If it becomes really close between the players, we can keep that in mind, that there may be a bit of a desync between when they started.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Usually it's not too big of a deal, but occasionally there are matches that are extremely close. Oh my gosh, Polk, you're posting the fat cat. I love the fat cat from Final Fantasy XIV. He's like my constant companion in that game. Absolutely. Chungus. Yeah, so we've got this game, Tom and Jerry. It does look pretty good. When did this come out?
93, so it's from the DOS era, where like good games are certainly possible, or good-looking games at the very least.
Yeah.
But as I said, it's a port, as far as I understand, from the NES version, which also looks well, looks very nice. But like one of the main differences between this one and the NES version is that one also sounds very good, actually. Like the soundtrack is quite good. Like there's some bangers on that one for sure. So whatever happened, I don't know. It could also be like that I don't know anything about DOS, and there's a secret great soundtrack in here somewhere, but I could not find it anyways. And Korndan couldn't either.
There probably wasn't. I mean, if this came out in 93, I'm thinking some other DOS games around that time. Definitely like Commander Keen and Duke Nukem. Mm-hmm. Usually they just had sound effects rather than having both sound and music. So not too big of a deal that it was just sound. That was a little bit standard. The sound effects at least don't hurt too much. They do remind me a lot of early 90s DOS video games. So, oh no, there's fall damage?
Oh yeah, there sure is.
Oh no.
There is fall damage, and I keep, like, in my own mind, I keep comparing this one to the NES version, because, as I said, this one came out 2 years after that one, and strangely, there are quite a few, like, downgrades between the two. Like mainly the soundtrack, but also in this version you can't actually. In the NES version, you could like jump different heights depending on how hard you press the button, like the normal NES platformer way. But you can't in this one, which often results in you like hitting stuff on like a level above your where you're actually platforming. It's just kind of very awkward.
Yeah, I gotcha. I think, I'm taking a look around at some of the various games because there were a lot of Tom and Jerry games that came out. There was a version for the Sega Master System that's completely different from this game.
Yeah, there's been quite a few Tom and Jerry games on the early like 8-bit consoles and whatnot, but I don't think any of them were like great. Although the NES version, I think it's fine, like, but maybe not.
Like I feel like there was some other NES Tom and Jerry, but I might just be delusional because there is the bootleg Tom and Jerry 3 that's on NES, and that one is a mess and a half. But it's a bootleg, so that's kind of expected,
Oh yeah, I do remember that one. I remember seeing it on Kuso.
Yeah, I've played that. I think it's the only game where crawling, you hold down and you mash jump. That like it was dumb. Or was it hold good, up and mash jump? Like it was something really strange.
I also like we've been talking for a bit here, but Tetsuya is blasting through this game right now. Well past the first level. Right there fell down one of those holes. That's kind of the crux on this second level. Like you're traveling vertically upwards, and it's super easy to fall down several stages because the jumps are bad, and there's very little room to maneuver. As you can see, Tetsuya is struggling now to just make it past that one jump.
Yeah.
Although, as I said, they've been making crazy progress for like 5 minutes into the match.
By the way, the person who initially designed this game for the NES version was John Pickford. He also he was the creative director for Cutthroat Island, which is a Kuso6rande favorite. We love that game around here. Also very some of the Beauty and the Beast games, also Equinox and Plock, which I believe are actually a little bit better. He did a lot of programming as well. Did some for Wetrix. Bubble Bobble apparently wrote one of the versions for that, probably one of the ports.
Okay, boss fight. On the first boss there, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
And they're doing quite a good job of it. Like, it's super easy to actually... Yeah, there you go. It's super easy to be knocked down into the water here. But the marbles, they also function differently from the NES versions for those of you who are aware of that one or have played before. In the NES version, the arc of the marble is it always goes the same way.
Fixed.
Like, it's fixed, exactly. But here in the DOS version, the more you are moving in one direction, the more momentum the marble gets. So just standing there on the back platform and yeeting them as far as you can is probably the best strategy right there. And Tetsuya makes it through the first boss. Having only spent one continue, I think. There's 3 of them in a playthrough before you have to actually start the game all over again.
Yeah, this is an interesting matchup as well between Tetsuya and someone 3255. They are both incredibly strong players. I honestly don't know who I would choose between these two players to take the victory. But we're going to see some... I think someone 3255 is going to start making a pretty big comeback pretty quickly. So my question is, how do continues work? Do you have unlimited continues?
You have 5 lives to continue, and there are you can continue 3 times. So in essence, you have 15 lives before you have to start the game all over again.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, so we're probably going to see the players go back to the beginning of the game a couple times.
Yeah, I very much imagine so.
Okay.
And some some of the later levels become more and more rude with like stage hazards and whatnot. So I imagine they'll be starting to spend a lot of more lives faster as we go.
I do know that Tetsuya has learned about fall damage now. I don't know if he knew about it before, but he certainly does at this point.
Exactly. And yeah, another quirk of the game is like there are 2 kinds of enemies, I suppose. There are enemies who actually deal damage to you, like the bugs on the floor here on Tetsuya's screen, the red ones. And there are also enemies who give lighter hits, like these flies, who only serve to knock you back. So like pushing you into hazards or just making your platforming not very fun.
Oh yeah. By the way, I keep looking at this game and thinking, this doesn't look bad, but that's kind of the point of this round, you know, games that are aesthetically pretty pleasing, you know, they look good.
Yeah.
The gameplay, though, is where the main difficulties come from, and some of the jumps seem a little bit too precise for what they are.
Yeah, I would also say, like, is this the worst game I've given out? Not at all, not by a long shot. Like, I would say it's a bad game, but it's not super awful. Mainly, like, as you all can hear, the music is terrible, and the seeds on this level, there's just like poorly designed platforming.
Yeah, this looks like a little bit of a nightmare, but I love that they have maple seeds in this. That's adorable. They're my favorite seeds because they spin like helicopters, and you can just like get a handful and throw them in the air, and they all spin as they fall down. It's so good.
Yeah. Firewater is typing in chat. Tetsuya is making it look playable, and I very much agree. It's like it looks very playable looking at Tetsuya right now.
Yeah. Oh no!
Oh no, indeed. Yeah.
That is like the message from Kuso6rande. Oh no. Indeed.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I do want to give a thanks to everybody who is supporting the channel, either by watching, by subscribing, by dropping bits. You all are very much appreciated for keeping this stream alive. Yeah, it's because of you all that I'm able to, you know, we're able to have the 6th year of this tournament. Honestly, just because there are a lot of medical bills that are going to be coming up, it will definitely help out. And we also give out over $2,000 worth of prizes, so all of the help that you give is very appreciated. Hey, look, someone 3255 is back.
Yeah.
Is this the next world then? Yeah, because Tom is dead. Lots of marbles to Tom's face.
They just beat Tom there on their first attempt, I think. It looked very good. And also, yes, very much thank you all subscribers. We appreciate you very much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm mostly the one who benefits from it, I suppose. But I do appreciate it, and I appreciate that others here appreciate it.
I mean, yeah, like if there weren't these subscribers and supporters, then we wouldn't have the tournament, and it's a very, very cool thing.
Yeah, guess what? You'd never know there was a DOS version of Tom and Jerry that sounds and plays like this. Dukes, thank you so much. Duckexer, the Duxorcist.
Here we are, Tetsuya on the second boss already, only 12 minutes into the game.
How many bosses are there?
How many are there? There's maybe... Let me have a look, actually. I I'll be completely honest. I thought this one was gonna get vetoed. I've tried to give it out like a couple of times now, so I was sort of not expecting it to be given out.
Oh, Tom is dead. Tom is so dead.
I think there's 4 bosses, and Tetsuya is certainly like flying through here, but
no lives, and I believe Tetsuya has already continued at least once. You know,
at least once.
This run could end
end
fairly soon.
I do believe so. Yeah, there's certainly not going to be a clear on the first attempt, but very impressive. I'm always very very impressed by our players.
Beep 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 beep.
Here we go. Yeah. Video game Raptor Boggle says, if it's the same as the NES version, there's 5 worlds with 2 stages and a boss each. Yeah, that sounds right. That does sound correct.
Oh yeah, that will be a lot of fun. I'm just saying filler words right now because I'm like the next match that we have today is going to be a gauntlet, and simply put, I am slightly distracted trying to make sure that we have that set up as well. So,
that's
my
absolutely
apologies,
fair.
everybody, for like not making sense sometimes.
That is absolutely fair.
But yeah, Tetsuya is at the bottom of this stage. You got fatty squirrels jumping up and down. You've got leaves. Oh no! I love that, like, there's a police whistle when you accidentally run into the squirrel. Police are like, nope, don't touch the squirrel. Also, why are the squirrels like 3 times your size? I mean, I guess some squirrels are pretty chungussy, but
I suppose, yeah, since Jerry is a mouse and not a rat.
yeah.
I got this question, and I'll ask you. I'll bother you as you do gauntlet prep.
Well, I'm done trying. For a moment.
I got this question in the match chat before the game started. Who do you prefer? Tom or Jerry?
You know, I actually like. I cheer for Tom. Okay, Jerry is a jerk.
Ooh, that's a combo right there.
Every time Jerry dies, an angel gets its wings.
You know, yeah, I absolutely agree with you. As a kid, I enjoyed Jerry, like.
Yeah, I feel like
I was supposed to, I suppose.
As you get older, you start to sympathize a little bit more with Tom. It's just like SpongeBob and Squidward. SpongeBob rocks when you're young. Squidward is absolutely perfection when you're a little bit older. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
However, I've only seen like 1 or 2 full episodes of SpongeBob, so I'm only somewhat, because I like SpongeBob, but I hate that I like everything that I've seen SpongeBob related. How is it as good as it is? I don't know. The SpongeBob musical, absolutely amazing. I hate it. I hate how freaking good it is. It doesn't deserve to be that good, but it is that good.
I have not seen it. Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I can't say it.
Listen to the music, okay? It's all available on, like, YouTube Music. It's probably on Spotify. The music is so freaking dang good, and it makes me so angry.
Let's see here, actually. Speaking of music, I want to see.
Physics are a little bit weird in Tetsuya's stage. Let me just say, like, when you're trying to do some of the platforming, you can kind of belly bump against the wall in order to get additional height. Sort of.
Yeah, it's not at all a very polished game.
Yeah, but it was published by High Tech Expressions. They published
Exactly.
a lot of like Barbie and Simpsons games, and then the actual developers, Software Creations, developed things like, well, obviously Cutthroat Island is on the list. They did Blaster Master 2, which is definitely a video game that exists and is not great.
Another thing that High Tech Expressions have published are both of the hot dog crime games that we've had this year.
Oh yeah, the hot dog games. I love hot dog crimes. They make me so happy. Yeah, for people who aren't aware, there were a couple games that we've had on Kuso6rande that were made by a company founded by somebody who went to prison because of those games, and somehow making them part of the pyramid scheme. I don't know, it's complicated. But yeah, we have had literal crimes on this channel.
It
like,
was a
not
very
us
fun discovery.
committing crimes,
Yeah.
just us rediscovering someone else's crimes.
I'm gonna send you the music to the NES game if you wanna listen to it, because it's pretty good. And
Sure, I could probably put a little bit of that on. Send it over.
it's pretty good, and like does so much for the NES game. I feel like I keep on harping on this, but we're 20 minutes in, and Tetsuya is still just blasting through
Wow.
here. But they might be down to their last life here, maybe. They possibly have one more continue, I'm not entirely sure, but this could also be the last life. We'll have to see.
Okay, this music actually is a jam.
Yeah. Isn't it?
It also sounds very European. It probably is, just because this has music. No, this is the NES version. And considering Software Creations was initially in the United Kingdom, I was completely correct. Yeah,
NES Tom and Jerry sounds better than the SNES. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
Jeff Follins is the one who did the music for it, so that is why it's absolutely a banger. Yeah, Tetsuya World 4 Area 2. Yeah. Honestly, like I think Tetsuya may be on his final life, but if not, well, final life, final continue. But if he does have a continue left, he could potentially beat this in one go.
Yeah, he could actually. Yeah, we'll have to see. It's not at all what I expected, but wow, this is brackets.
Yeah.
This is how brackets go.
Yeah, sometimes people are way too good. Not too good, but way better than we would expect. Honestly, based off of the poll, it was fairly even between the two players what people were betting who would take the victory, although someone 3255
have to be kidding me.
The point advantage. Yep, another continue there.
5 more lives, yeah. That is most impressive.
So how do you even tell which of these, like, log thingies you're supposed to burn through, and how do you burn through them?
I don't think you do know. You just head over there.
You just go there, and if it opens, it opens?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Ah. So it's like automatic doors, like Walmart or something. You just walk up to the doors, and if they open, they let you out, and if they don't, then they're broken.
Tough luck.
Yeah, exactly. Tough luck. You're not getting out of Walmart.
I'm gonna have
so it's a stupid maze. That's what I'm gonna call it, the stupid maze. Because there's literally no way to know if you can get through somewhere without going to a dead end.
Exactly.
Meh. Yeah, I dislike this mechanic.
Not a fan.
Tetsuya skipped one wall, and I think it's the one wall Tetsuya was supposed to go through. So, gonna do backtracking. It's right next to the cheese. Next to the cheese. To the right here.
There we go.
Yeah.
As of this moment, I'm actually looking at how many levels Tetsuya has left. Because there's not a lot of them.
Well, you know, occasionally we do have games finish before the hour. That's not a problem here on Kuso6rande. We're here for the hour if needed, and if a game ends early because somebody was either really good or the game just happened to be a lot more beatable than we expected, and that's okay. They still take the victory. I'm here for the fun. And someone 3255 death again, but currently on World 3. The big question is, will Tetsuya be able to make it to the boss of this world before running out of lives with this continue? I mean, these electric sparks are being a huge pain in the butt.
Yeah, and right there's exactly, a little teleport right there.
What the crap?
It's a very, very small hole in the wall, I suppose.
Yeah, it looks like a mouse door, except that it's mouse-sized compared to Jerry, who is well, I mean, Jerry's a mouse. It's like not even baby mouse size. It's like if you miniaturized a mouse that's already miniaturized. That's what it was.
All right.
I don't know.
Now, I checked it out to see how much of the game is actually left for Tetsuya here. And after this level, there's a boss, and then 2 more levels and 1 more boss.
Okay.
So probably not going to beat it now, I don't think, unless they're they go on like a crazy run, but we'll see.
Yeah, honestly, I love the pill bugs. That knockback was a little ridiculous, and someone 3255 looked a little bit
trying to break through the wall there. I don't know.
Honestly, whenever I play a game that is a little bit glitchy, I have to fight against the temptation to just try to clip through stuff, because it's always a temptation. Always, always, always. I mean,
and especially when you're playing a game like this that's clearly not like very well polished, there are things you can do in this game to skip major sections of levels.
Yeah, I would believe that. Where's Tom? He is waiting for his death. Chad asked where Tom was. Yeah. Don't worry, he'll die. So, from what I understand with this game, while, you know, the levels are fairly big and somewhat maze-like, your overall goal seems to be to collect these stars around the stage. However many stars there are. Do you happen to know how many? Is there just one?
The star basically, it's the end of the level. So you're not actually collecting anything more than power-ups and health as you walk along. And like all the small cheeses for points, but they don't, as far as I know, do anything really. Potentially give you like 1 extra life, but I don't think so.
Like, I guess maybe it's not necessarily lazy, but it feels lazy, like having the end not be an exit and just have it be a star at wherever they want you to get, because then they could just put that anywhere. It's just weird to me. I don't like it.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It is a very lazy, I would call it a lazy port. That's what it is in my eyes. As I said, as it is in fact released 2 years after the original game.
Here we go, fighting Tom. Tom has either firecrackers or dynamite. Honestly, Firecrackers are basically just baby dynamite.
There's
game over.
The
Back to the beginning.
That is a fairly well-timed game over, though, I'd say. We're at 28-ish minutes right now.
Yeah, there's enough time to get back, and considering
Especially
Tetsuya
having
understands
played
the
the level.
mechanics now, it should be relatively smooth sailing, catching back up. I mean, he knows where the exits are. Just got to get to them.
Yeah, exactly. As I said, there are some things you can do to break the game a little bit. Like, there are some power-ups you can find. We've seen Tetsuya use at least one of them, or rather the one if you want to break the game. It's like a balloon. You use it to just float on upwards. So yeah, you basically passing on obstacles that could otherwise be a problem. I think it's the second world. You can basically skip the whole level if you make it there with that balloon power up with you. You can pass like a big old pillar to just make it to the star within like 20 seconds of the level.
There we go. Someone 3255 through the fire here onto World 3 boss. Now, Tetsuya has made it to the World 4 boss, so someone 3255 is still a little bit behind. And honestly, we'll probably have a full game over coming up in just a little bit, you know? However, my question is, it doesn't look like Tom's taking damage. Is Tom still taking damage? Like, how can you tell?
Yeah, when as we can see those, like when the marbles explode somehow, he should be taking damage at those points.
In theory, that's dealing damage.
Yeah.
Like, weird. I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's not a very responsive game whatsoever, which is why I was quite impressed, actually, with them both, clearing the first bosses easily as they did.
What I really hate, though, is when you land on the ground, instead of having a clean land, it sort of pushes your character up a little bit. I've done a little bit of programming, like jump physics and landing physics on Game Maker, and I can totally understand how instead of slowing down speed or just having it move the character down and then set speed to 0, they probably had the ground give a little bit of an upwards velocity in reaction to you colliding with it, and it's just very jolting.
Yeah, it's a very jittery
I'm so glad they have
there.
an NES in this DOS game, though.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I am curious to know how many lives someone has right now.
Did
But
Nintendo
unfortunately,
approve
there's
this?
no-
I don't know. The big question is, can they do anything about it? If, like, can VCR do anything about it? Because, like, I don't know, it's just putting the physical appearance of a console in there. Is that illegal? I think, in my opinion, it shouldn't be. But honestly, that's just my opinion, man. I don't know. Nintendo absolutely can do something about an NES game showing up in games not on an NES, unless it's parody. But even then, they would probably try.
And I don't know. To me, DOS games are sort of like, would Nintendo care? I don't know. They seem their own thing a little bit. Doesn't seem at all like as policed as like console releases.
Yeah, Ubi is saying that Sony successfully sued over the side plates on the PS5. But question, was that just like a representation in a game, or was somebody copying and making a physical console that had the side plates? Because there's a difference between putting an image in a game and making a console that has the same hardware.
Very true.
Yeah, patent infringement and having an image that represents something, very different things. I mean, think of all the commercials in the 90s of like, hey, Dawn dishwasher detergent, and then they show them like pouring water over a dish and it becomes completely clean, and then they're like, compare this to this other brand, and have that brand show up, and you know, they represent it as being like not clean. Like,
yeah. Advertisement rules are weird and very like dependent on where you live.
Yep. But this isn't even an advertisement. It's just, hey, an NES showed up.
Fair enough, yeah.
This didn't name the other... No, some of the commercials back in the 90s literally would name the brand. They would have the other brand's name there and show that brand being sucky.
Yeah, isn't that a famous one? Do what Nintendo don't?
Sega does what Nintendo don't, yeah.
Yeah. The classic.
So I would say that it's complicated, and I'm not a lawyer. Go ask a lawyer if that's important to you. Or go ask Jeff. I don't know if Jeff would know. But he'd have a better idea than I do. I think that a lot of things, honestly, especially with copyright and such, is just... This is what people do just to stay safe, because simply put, going to court in order to argue something, while you may win, it still means that you are having to pay for a lawyer and go through all of these legal loopholes when just getting something small changed is a lot easier. So, I don't know. You have to care, I think. And honestly, I can't blame a lot of companies just like doing something a specific way in order to avoid any possibility of having a lawsuit, even if they would be on the right side. Because look at me, if like somebody sued me right now, I'd be like, okay, you win. just take it. Just take it, okay? I've got to take care of my liver right now. So you win, yeah. Get a takedown notice from High-Tech Expressions right now. I'm not okay. We won't have any of your games anymore. We just won't.
Yeah. So please, everyone watching, don't snitch to High-Tech Expression.
What if they sue me for liver infringement? Well, I'm screwed. I am so screwed. Just no coming back from that. There we go. Tetsuya is done with that stage. World 2, Level 3. Now remember, Tetsuya has gotten a full game over and gone back to the beginning of the game. All he really needs to... This boss is easy peasy. I think all you have to do is get 2 bees to sting Tom and you're done.
If he could avoid losing his last life here, though, that would be pretty swell.
Yeah, someone 3255 dying, and that is a full game over, not able to make it back to where Tetsuya had made it.
They were actually pretty close. They were definitely catching up, but now they're sort of... They're gonna have to increase the pace right now. 22 minutes or so remaining. But it is definitely possible, but I imagine that they'll be feeling the stress right now. But
apparently
as
we are
can
listening
see...
to random Super Nintendo music right now. This is Last Bible 3. The writers of the Bibles sue about
was
that.
Was it in the same playlist I sent? Or?
No, it just ended up changing over to this.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever. We can listen to these beautiful sounds right now.
But yeah, someone is definitely not out of it, as Tetsuya is proving right now that you can certainly make very fast progress, especially on the second time through.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this this match right now. Although, just based off of where the players are at this point, I feel like Tetsuya has the biggest advantage, the biggest possibility to win. Yeah, not if that Leaf has anything to say about it, though.
Yeah, Tetsuya is for sure the favorite right now.
You know what? No, I want to listen to this music, this relaxing music. Let's go ahead and keep this random playlist going. It's 3 hours of relaxing Super Nintendo music. SNES Drunk, I guess, put this together, so we're going to listen to what he thinks is relaxing.
Yeah. Why not? Certainly better than what this game has got to offer, which is nothing.
Yeah. It's just weird to me, like... Obviously, this company had to have made DOS games before this, or done DOS ports before. So why are the physics so janky when it comes to jumping? I don't know if there's a very good answer to that. It's very clear that they just ported it and didn't spend a whole lot of time on it. It was probably a management decision to do this port and not like just make it look good.
Looking at it, I'm not sure this is correct, but this might be their first game, the studio. Albino Frog Software Incorporated. 1990, Tom Jerry.
Software Creations.
I think the developers, as listed in the credits of the game at least, they list Albino Frog Software.
What? Albino Frog?
Yeah, and it's weird because I was trying to find out who made it and what the actual name of the game is, because there's 3 titles this game goes by.
You're right. Yeah, they did work on this, but I think they did a conversion of Barbie in 1992, and this was the next year. Although I don't know how the DOS version of Barbie plays. I just know that I love the Nintendo version a lot.
Yeah, I might have just been saying stupid stuff because from where I'm looking right now, it says Tom and Jerry 1990, and this one was 1993, I think. So
yeah. So they hadn't done a lot of. They hadn't done a lot of ports, and honestly, it looks like one person worked on the port for this game, Sean Michael Puckett.
Yeah, I'm gonna start up the game because I'm curious and see the credit thing.
So if you're gonna do a port and have one person work on it, you're gonna probably get what you would expect, which is a game that has a decent amount of jank.
Yeah, if it's a one-man job, then kudos, pretty well done.
Yeah, it looks like the first game that he programmed was Astro Grover, which actually makes me very excited because it is a Sesame Street game about Grover. Oh my gosh, this cover, I have never seen any Sesame Street game that looks quite as Atari as this. Let me pull this up for y'all. You gotta see Astro Grover. Okay, here we go. See, just look at him. He's standing there. He's like, yeah. Grover rules the world, okay? He is absolutely in charge now. Were there Sesame Street games on the 2600? There had to be, right? Like, I know there were some on the 7200, but I'm not completely sure. Oh no! Someone 3255 drowned, and Tetsuya currently fighting on top of lava. Kind of a horrifying way to battle a cat, but, you know, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I looked it up now in the game, and it says, it does say albino frog.
Okay, so it was Albino Frog, and they had not made very many games, and considering that it was one person who did the full port for this. Yeah.
That would explain it, yeah. It would certainly explain it. Sean Puckett.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, he was probably maybe the only person who, like, worked for this company, this Albino Frog software. I mean, he did the conversion, or the DOS version of Barbie was done by Sean Michael Puckett and Terry L. Puckett. Oh my gosh, was it just like a husband-wife team that did conversions to DOS? If so, that's actually really cute. She only did Barbie, and I guess did Tolerance work for Galacta, the Battle for Saturn. I'm not sure what Tolerance work is, but apparently she tolerated that game very well.
Here's someone is having issues with Tom, the first boss here right now, and I think it's mainly because of this a little more risky strategy that he's using compared to Tetsuya. Oh, there we go. Manages to beat Tom, but loses quite a few life, and especially right now time to it. But yeah, I think standing back there is probably both the faster and safer option, actually.
Yeah, you're probably right. By the way, the players have been very focused playing this game. None of them have typed in Discord. They're just both trying to make as much progress as they can as quickly as possible. And that usually is a sign that the players feel like they can make progress again, which honestly is a good thing. I love this balloon effect for Tetsuya. Very nice.
Yeah. Tetsuya's back on 4-1, so will more than likely continue to make progress.
I'm a little bit worried about the owners of this house, though. They have way too many nutcrackers. Like, for a non-Christmas house, too many nutcrackers. Lots of chattering teeth. I'm not as worried about the teeth, though. I feel like, especially if you're trying to do comedy of some sorts, you know, having a lot of teeth just makes sense.
Yeah, I love my teeth-based comedy.
Yeah, so people know, by the way, even though someone 3255 and Tetsuya are on levels that look somewhat similar, Tetsuya is on World 4, and I believe this is World 2 for someone 3255.
That is indeed correct.
Nutcracker Suite? I don't think so. Question, did Nutcrackers exist before the Nutcracker? I imagine they did. I really hope that Tchaikovsky did not invent the Nutcracker.
I imagine so, yeah.
But, like, I don't know of any existence before Tchaikovsky, so... You
mean, yeah,
imagine
fair.
methods of cracking nuts existed, Faizu? Wow. That's like galaxy brain over there. Good job. Mallets? Yeah, that's all you have to do. And some nuts really aren't that hard to crack, you know? Pick up the nut, whack it on a table. Bam. It's open. Almonds are a little bit difficult, though. Walnuts look like they're difficult, but they really aren't that hard. You can do it with your hands. It's fine. Brazil nuts, I don't even know, like, what the shell looks like for a Brazil nut. Ironically, living in Brazil, I never had Brazil nuts.
I only sort of know because I played the Green Hell recently.
and because of that, you know what they look like.
Yeah, I mean, in Green Hell, Brazil nuts are a great source of fat. And you need fat to survive.
Oh my gosh, that's a good point. How is Green Hell?
Oh no, what's
Tetsuya,
going
are
on
you
here?
soft locked? Oh, this could be bad.
Oh,
Let's see if
that's
Tetsuya can figure out.
awful.
This would be a very sad way to get stuck in the game. Is there time? There's no time.
No, there's no time. Huh.
Yeah, look, I was sitting here talking about Brazil nuts.
That is unfortunate.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, I know Brazil nuts. Those, you definitely need a nutcracker. Almonds aren't that bad. Okay, yeah, my apologies. Sometimes I have a hard time remembering which nuts are which. I feel like...
Yeah. This is a situation right here. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm giving suggestions for Tetsuya. A lot of the times for DOS, there is some random button that will kill you in situations like this, though I really have no idea.
Yeah. I don't think there is, having played this game myself a fair bit. Yeah, Tetsuya spamming buttons right now. That is unfortunate. I'm curious now, which level is someone on right now? Because they've only got 9 minutes left. So it might not be an issue.
It might not be.
But then again it might, so very unfortunate.
Yeah, Tetsuya is like, I don't know if I can get back there again.
Yeah, that also seems very unlikely.
Yeah.
I'm unsure how we're gonna have to deal with this then.
Well, Tetsuya is getting back into the game. In general, when it comes to Kuso6rande, we do know that these are bad video games. We know that there are going to be times that people do get soft locks. And in the case of soft locks, we generally say that's kind of unfortunate. But you knew what you were getting into when you joined the tournament, you know?
Yeah, I suppose so.
However, there are also some cases where it's very apparent that, you know, it was an issue that could have been fixed or prevented on our side. And sometimes, depending on what the referee grants, additional time can be given. It just really, really depends. Also, someone 3255, while making a lot of progress here, has not quite made it to the maze section that Tetsuya was on just now. So it might become a completely
not saying too much, but it does seem not super likely that someone will be able to reach where Tetsuya made it in just 7 minutes. But
yeah.
I wouldn't say never, so we'll have to see. It would be extremely unfortunate if that was the decider, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm telling Tetsuya to keep going. We'll see what our ref says. That is very unfortunate, but we have had matches decided because of soft locks. Simply put, when it comes to Kuso6rande, we know that the games are bad and that the games are possibly going to have issues, and simply put, we do not want to just ban every single game that has issues, because that would be like all the games.
Yeah, that is fair.
Yeah, simply put, our 2-bit bin is already really big.
Especially this year, yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I was worrying, or I was wondering if there would be a way to clip through walls, because just watching Tetsuya on the maze stage earlier, whenever you touched a wall, it would essentially freeze Tom for about 1 second as it did a check and made a sound about whether or not the wall would open. And during that check was really frustrating. Well, here we go. Someone 3255 currently fighting. I believe this is the World 3 boss.
Yeah,
Still,
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if this is even gonna matter, because Tetsuya made it to the World 4 boss, you know?
Yeah, they did. They did in fact make it to the World 4 boss, so if someone's gonna have even the slightest chance, this has to go quickly.
Yeah.
And even then,
I don't, like, there technically may be enough time, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, this is Kuso6rande. Welcome to the Bad Video Game Tournament.
I know, right? 4-1 is the wood maze, so this is nearly impossible, says chat. Yeah, I think this is... Yeah, there are 2 mazes to get through. That's a lot to ask for in the last 4.5 minutes.
Let's see, 4-1... Yeah, no.
No. 4-1 is not the wood maze. 4-2.
Exactly.
4-1 is pretty straightforward. Go up, then go to the right, then fall and break your tailbone, and then get bounced back by pink bouncy balls. And yeah, very straightforward. It's amazing how tight some of these jumps are. Ooh, game over. That's okay.
Yeah.
That was right near the beginning of the level, so it's not a huge deal.
Yeah, it is true, but someone needs every little moment that they have right now.
Yeah.
That they can get.
Oh my gosh, those teeth, seriously. Everybody, if you get dentures, don't get the automatic dentures, the ones that chew for you, because they cause problems. They make it very hard to jump across platforms.
Yeah.
All you pranksters who buy chattering teeth, you're contributing to someone's suffering. Specifically this someone. Oh no! Nah, that's fine.
Okami types in chat, I think at this point someone's in rush mode, and that's probably true. But imagine knowing what just happened to Tetsuya. Maybe that's a good thing.
I would definitely try to make as much progress as possible. Someone 3255 just needs to go and find the exit and get to the wood maze, which essentially just fall down, hurt your butt, and then go right. There we go.
And there we go. 2.5 minutes.
Beating this stage in 2.5 minutes probably would take a miracle or so in order to do that.
2.5 minutes and a prayer, as they say.
Yep. Okay, there we go. Someone 3255 sees the way through that. Like, it's technically possible if you make the correct guesses in the correct locations. However, someone 3255 is not getting the best luck here. There we go. Gonna go up. Yeah, the thing, like, with mazes, sometimes you can guess based off of the designs of different levels. You can sort of guess where openings are going to be. It's to the right. Yeah, okay. Because usually they'll start off being very straightforward. It's at the end of the path that you're going through, and then later they'll throw a troll and be like, oh no, it's not the final guess that you could have had. It's the next one. Yeah. And someone 3255 found the one that trolled Tetsuya for a little while. Which is good. This means there could potentially be a boss fight in a minute. Like, this maze is going very fast for someone 3255.
Yeah, someone is rushing through this maze right now.
This is
1 minute to go.
Not unbelievable, but this is really gonna be close.
I'm at the edge of my seat right now.
Yeah. Not there. It's there. Okay. 40 seconds left.
You have no time to wait right now, someone.
There's no time to wait.
You gotta push.
Like, you're almost dead, but you just gotta take the hit, okay? Gotta, or do that. That works too. Oh, nope. Up left.
Oh,
I don't
gosh.
know. I don't know if there's time.
I don't think so.
Oh my
no.
gosh. 15 seconds. There we go. We got the warp through the mouse hole. You just gotta, no, don't go back. Don't go back. 10 seconds. There's not time. Tetsuya has taken the victory today right at the, oh my gosh. What an amazing match.
Indeed.
This was so much fun. Go away, really relaxing music, and get the hype music here, because that was intense. Tetsuya takes the victory, managing to make it to the boss right after the level that someone 3255 is on. Didn't beat it, but oh my gosh, that was really intense.
I was not ready for that.
Oh, yeah.
Very entertaining and very stressful.
I love, like, everybody who watched is like, this was really intense. And here we go. Someone 3255 is with us. Hello there, someone.
Hello.
So,
Hey.
yeah, at this point, everybody watching knows who took the victory. And honestly, it was really intense. Tetsuya earlier on actually made it to the boss after the stage that you are on. And because of making it to the boss after the wood maze that you are going through right now, he took the victory. But Tetsuya, you had a moment there.
Oh, I just realized I won.
Yeah, you did.
Congrats, you
Holy
won!
crap.
Congratulations.
Thank God.
Okay.
I was tilting out of my mind.
Oh, I can imagine how angry you were. Yeah, someone 3255 on Tetsuya's last really good push got soft locked on 4-2.
Oh no. Yeah, I got stuck in a wall. I don't know how this always happens in Kuso games, but it's an alarming frequency.
Yeah, and we were trying to give ideas for maybe there's a kill button, maybe
Yeah, I was just rolling on my keyboard.
Yeah, I could see the desperation.
It was hilarious. Like, not for you, but for me. It was really...
It was pretty funny for me. I was sitting here like, why does this always happen? This always happens.
It always does, and it makes for a really fun watch, but... Oh, baby. Yeah,
so the game itself, honestly, not that bad. I was pretty impressed by the controls. I expected it to be... Like, I felt like it was one of those games that was almost pretending to be one of those labyrinth maze games where you don't go right, you have to go left and then stand on your head, get a key, do all that crazy junk. But it actually controlled pretty well.
Yeah, it kind of did, except for, like, the weird landing on the ground and sort of having a delayed land. Yeah. That was weird.
Yeah, and sometimes it seems like you kind of clip into the ground a bit more than land on it, which might have caused the soft lock. Because whatever tool you use on level 4, it like freezes the screen. So I think that just froze me out of bounds.
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that.
But with that said, you still managed to get to that boss. He obliterated you, but it didn't matter too much because of that. Someone 3255, like your push right at the end, I was shocked with how you were getting through that maze. Like it seemed at least the first half very intuitive to you.
You know, I skipped like parts of some levels that go that fast, but the problem was my first push I took too long because I didn't die, and I also wasted several lives in the beginning due to not knowing how continues worked.
Yeah,
it's always a little bit of a difficulty to know, is it better to play safe and just make a little more progress? But we were sitting there like, just get electrocuted. It's fine. It's fine. If you can get through the electricity, you can die once or twice because you're really close to where Tetsuya was. But you can't know that until you are watching. Like, I had a lot of fun, especially right at the end of the match. We were just like, can someone 3255 beat Tetsuya? Ah!
Yeah, it became such a nail biter at the end there. You both did very well, I'll say, both for succeeding my expectation. So well done on you both.
Yeah, you did very well with this game, both of you. So
fun race. Thanks for submitting it.
Yeah. So someone 3255, unfortunately you are eliminated this year. Again, we do have prizes, so be sure to hit me up sometime when you want those, because I can get you some Steam games. I'm looking at absolutely the wrong document in order to tell you how much. I think it's $20 worth of Steam games, as well as the movie The Wicker Man, if you want that. So make sure you hit me up at some point so that I can get those to you. Other than that, do you want an epitaph for your tombstone? Do you have any final words?
Good.
Good?
Good.
And just like, thank you for letting me out of my suffering. But at the same time, I think if I played this game as a kid, I would have had fun with it. I would have. Fun. Yeah.
Well, I try out the NES version if you enjoyed this one. It actually has music, so that's a plus.
Yeah. Speaking about good, we do now have the emote for the good lady in chat, so she can show up and say hi. Good to. I love the good lady. She's good.
Yeah, good.
Well, thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and move on because we've got one last match and I've got a bit of setup to do for that. So thank you so much, all of you in Sylvain, for choosing the game. I will see you later.
Bye, everybody.
Yep. Take care. Everybody, it is that time. It's time for me to set up for our first gauntlet of the tournament. I will run an ad and I will be right back. So don't go too far. It's going to be a lot of fun. See you in a minute or two or 3 or 4, whatever.